Being extrovert or introvert explains personal characteristics of individuals based on their attitudes, their actions and reactions within the societies, and also the ways they conduct interactions with different people. Actually, introversion and extroversion are two main aspects in characteristics of human being and individuals that been introduced by Carl Jung into the psychology discipline, but many different people worked on this and try to divide individuals and people based on their traits, states, and actions and reactions into two main categories, which are introversion and extroversion. Extrovert people, the people who belong to the extroversion group, actually the people who more active and more social and friendly and try to spend their time with other people and be part of different groups and have active and direct role in different social, cultural, and intergroup actions and reactions and activities, and easily interact with other people and try to start, establish, and continue relationships as friends with different individuals. And actually, they prefer some intergroup and some actions and reactions and agendas that belong to society than their own internal values as issues that belong to their own minds and points of views. And extrovert people are mostly very active and very friendly and very talkative. They try to talk everything about everything to different people and try to show that they are some who explain their selves with some particular actions and reactions and try to find the right place in the society by participation in some activities. In contrast, the introvert people, they are mostly focused on their internal actions and reactions and their own minds and points of views, and also they try to be deserved and relevant instead of being very talkative and active within different intergroup and social activities. But actually, sometimes it's very difficult to divide people based on the mentioned groups, which are introversion and extroversion, because in some cases, if we think based on our own experiences in different times and different situations and different level of age in working situations, sometimes introversion and extroversion, instead of being trait, it can be a state. It's mean that based on the environmental situation, living style, and actually based on the actions and reactions of other people, their points of views, their attitudes, people may decide to be introvert or extrovert. That's why we cannot divide exactly people into two groups that are already mentioned, which are introvert or extrovert, because sometimes the environment, some social and cultural factors and values and elements may affect such categorization very deeply. A person may be extrovert person in a particular culture and society, but he or she, if moves to another area, he may become as a introvert person because of differences or because of some affecting elements and factors of that belong to cultural issues or social issues or environmental issues, or the living facilities, level of education, level of living style, incomes, and these things also may affect, or sometimes working opportunities. Sometimes people may work in the societies, but because of some political changes, because of some problems, because of discriminations or such kind of things, some professionals and some people may choose to work in their at homes, and because as a only opportunity and choice to be isolated from the society. But actually, naturally, he or she should be an extrovert, but because of the opportunities and because of the existence of discrimination or problem in the society, he or she may choose to work in an isolated situation. And that case, it's very different and also very difficult to give a particular definition to this situation. That's why we can categorize the majority of people maybe based on some particular traits and personal characteristics. But sometimes we we should be aware that sometimes instead of being a trait, introversion and extroversion is a state. Actually, people choose or individuals choose based on the opportunities and situations and general situation, and also availability of opportunities in their environments. That's why it's very important based on psychological, but also based on communicative norms, that to know that sometimes being introvert or extrovert should be a real part of personal characteristics of individuals. But sometimes the environment may affect individual to be introvert or extrovert. That's why people may have to talk about many things, may have some things to say, or may have some idea to share with different people, but because of some limitation in the environment or because of some problems, they may choose to be away and just keep everything in their minds and try to focus on their own internal lives or interpersonal actions and reactions. That's why it could be considered as an important classification, the introversion and extroversion, based on the psychological and also psychophysiological and communicative behaviors and action reactions. But sometimes we have to think about the effects of the important effects of environmental, social, cultural, and lifestyle elements and factors on the living system or living and also develop activities of individuals. And also there are newly theme or new theme that should be considered as the combination of both sections, that is, which is introversion and extroversion, which is ambivert, which people may have some parts of characteristics and activities and the structure from both sides. Some people may share some characteristics from both categories as introvert or extrovert, or be extrovert or introvert in different times. But at that case, it's not very considerable, because the main thing is dividing people on those two mentioned categories. But if people change or transform their personality or characteristics from introversion to extroversion, or from extroversion to introversion, such conditions should be the result of environmental, cultural, social factors and situations, and sometimes because of some limitations and discrimination in the environment or among the society. That's why when we talk about introvert or extrovert people, or we categorize individuals and people into two categories, we have to be careful about the main affecting factors that change the living style and working situation and thinking style and situation of individuals and people. I am Dr. Abdul Qahar Sarwari. If you think such information are helpful, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.